So it is hard to be a teacher. It is hard to talk for 6 periods. I never thought I would be this old. I never thought that my 40-year-old teacher would be cool or have another life or like good stuff. I thought, and now that I'm older, I'm like, man, kids in the future, they're just gonna like, the sound of boxes rubbing together, and I won't be in touch, and it's gonna be so bizarre. But this is a tribute that I wrote to a teacher who once told me something that I'll never forget. I was in the 2nd grade, and I had written my first short story, which was, I bashed my head in a Chuck E. Cheese. They had this strobe light maze, which is a bad idea, to let 2nd graders run around in a maze with strobe lights where the doorways get smaller and smaller and smaller. There's no way anyone's gonna get a concussion from running full sprint in this cheese maze. And I remember laying there, my first sense of euphoria, not sure what was going on, all this blood dripping down, and someone being like, oh yeah, that kid's gonna need stitches. I was like, I don't know what that is. But I wrote this story for the school newspaper that said, hey, I went to Chuck E. Cheese, got lost in the maze, lots of blood came pouring out of my head. Man, that wasn't planned. And even though it wasn't a good story or a plot, this teacher said, hey, I think you might be a writer someday. Keep it up, that was good. And boom, that set a spark in me. And I was thankful for that spark. This is called To the Lightning Teachers. To the teacher that said, the world is your oyster, these poems are the pearls I spit upon your plate. To the other teachers of now, prepare your flints. Speak with the hum of Fahrenheit in your hearts. Teach them to be artists. Teach them that artists make people aware of what they already know and really know what they themselves think they didn't know. Teach the champions the necessity of losing for the sake of personality. If the kids are hard to reach, wearing jackets made of knives, it's time we dressed up like porcupines to show them there's a bit of them still poking inside us. Is the kid under your bed dying every day? Dying to play in the mud, dying to snap all your pencils, dying to understand fireflies in the tree line. The greatest teachers are the everlasting students. Go get them, teachers. Go get the young you first. We should all recall our teethy youth, now lighting kids on fire. Unless you are a literalist, do not light kids on fire. I praise how you bring us an astral storm of ideas. Lightning strikes the tree budding with pine cones. The pine cones explode. The seed spreads across the forest. New trees are born. You bring the lightning. You bring the sauce. I was a dirty bag of pennies from the year 1973, and one teacher, Mrs. Shin, rolled me around in hot sauce till I was clean. And yes, you can go to Taco Bell, get the hottest hot sauce, roll a dirty penny in it, boom, clean penny, thank you, Abe Lincoln. Mrs. Shin knew I was not the Ivy League type, but she still brought me ignition. She said, oh, you all went to the school of business? Derrick went to the school of none of your business. He is different. She taught me that the word is dangerously pure, that it's good to look a dream in the eyeball and not look away, that it's good to have a voice that can speak the language of resuscitation, that it's good to be beat down like the sun to prove you can burn and rise. The future is our youth dressed as Roman candles, ready to burst open the gray evening sky. I say 12 pens in a bandolier. I say a vending machine on campus full of envelopes pre-addressed to the White House. I say a megaphone inside each lunch pail. Tell kids everywhere that the world is your underwear, and it's time you changed it. Ba, 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 ba.